sitting here on the balcony just thinking, just thinking. I was just thinking about how so much of my life I felt, glasses all crooked and shit. So much of my life I felt silenced, I felt afraid of others judging me. Afraid to use my voice to really say what I mean sometimes. I've just always questioned a lot of shit. And people have told me, oh, you ask so many questions. Yeah, I ask a lot of questions because that's how you learn, by asking questions. That's how I learned myself, by asking questions. That's how I learned who God is, by asking questions. If I need clarity, if I don't understand, if I want to understand more, why wouldn't I ask questions? I would rather ask questions than to just assume the answer. Because when you assume shit, we be making up scenarios in our head and all. Like, we be making up scenarios in our head and all. And sometimes it can be as simple as asking a question. Asking a question. I just saw 3:13 and then I saw 3:21 on the timer. And now the AC just cut on. Ask questions. When you feel like you've been silenced many times, or maybe always, but when you feel silenced, it feels heavy because you feel like all of those things, all of your truths, you have to keep it inside. You have to keep it bottled inside. That's what it makes you feel like. And eventually, the more and more that you hold things in, you bottle things up, the pressure is going to build. You're going to explode eventually. You're going to explode eventually. You keep on holding everything in because you feel silenced. You feel like nobody listens to you anyway, or you feel like what you say doesn't really matter, or that you're afraid people may not agree with what you say, or that they're not going to like it. Just feeling like they don't want to hear it. Or they don't care to understand, or they don't care, what you say, that like they hear you, but they don't actually listen to you. or just about somebody telling you whatever makes you feel silenced. Whatever makes you feel silenced. Eventually the pressure builds up and you're gonna explode if you don't start addressing it and start expressing it some way, in a healthy way. You gotta speak your truth. Be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. Earlier I went on a walk to go to 7-Eleven and then I went to Walgreens and I just thought about it. Like when I was walking back home, never mind. Never mind. I changed my mind about saying that story right now. And I'm just in awe because when I think about where I was last year compared to this year, like it's a complete transformation mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, romantically. Like my mind is blown, and it's literally like a mirror, but it's like faced the opposite. Like I don't know how I'm trying to explain it. Like, but it's literally a reflection. Like I can look back on last year and reflect and see the growth. It's like I can see the growth, and then even like the physicality of everything, like the similarities and the differences it blows my mind. It literally blows my mind. But it's like sometimes familiar shit will pop up in unfamiliar territory. And it's like you have to kind of analyze, like, is this the same thing that I experienced in my past? Or is this coming up for me to, realize that it's a trigger and address it and you know, if it continues, then I know that it's something that's actually a recurring pattern that's happening again. But if it comes up and I address it and my baby fixes it, or you know, we can work it out together, then I know it's not a repeat of the past. I know that it's okay, this is a trigger. This is me, you know, recognizing, okay, this is something that happened to me in my past and it's not something that I'm about to, you know, continue. And of course, we're gonna have boundaries, gonna have, you know, deal breakers, non-negotiables. You gotta have those. But when it comes to, you know, things that you are good with working through, and you know that your partner is willing to work through it with you, no matter what it is, it's like we good to go. And I mean actively, both people actively putting in the work, not just talking about it, but with actions. Both people putting in the action, you know? So sometimes you have to ask yourself, like, is this what I experienced in my past? Like, is this person telling me that they're going to change and telling me that they love me and, you know, that they see a future with me? Are their actions aligned with that? Are their actions aligned with someone that wants to marry me? Are their actions aligned with someone who values me and loves me and cherishes me? You have to ask yourself those things. I started asking myself those things, you know? Like, are their actions aligning with their words? Like, are they just, you know, talking this sweet shit and it sounds so good, and then they're just doing the bare minimum to keep you kind of, you know, hooked in? But truly it was an illusion, because their actions weren't really matching up to what they said. But you get so caught up sometimes in the words that people say that you lose track of their actions. It's a manipulation tactic. Manipulation. That's how they keep you hooked until you start really analyzing, like, yo, is this person's actions matching up with their words? Like, you keep saying this, but you keep treating me this way. Like, and once you start loving yourself and realizing, like, would I treat myself this way? Would I talk to myself like this? Like, how do I want to be showed up for? Am I showing up that way for myself? And is this person a reflection of the way that I show up for myself? Are they a reflection of the way that I love myself? The way that I support myself? Are they a reflection of that? Is it an equal energy exchange? Or am I just in this shit alone? Is this just a repeated pattern that I've seen in the past? Got the song on fucking repeat. I'm tired of hearing the same shit. Next. That's how I started processing things. Like, wait, hold on. Is this a repeat? Or is this a remix? Or is this a brand new song, bro? Is this a brand new beat? A brand new hit? And once you start communicating with yourself, being, you know, self-aware, being self-aware about your thoughts and your actions and your past patterns. So being able to analyze those things helps you with your discernment, because if you're able to analyze, like, you know, recognize patterns, like, hey, this is a pattern, or hey, this is just something that's triggering me, and it's not actually repeating a pattern. It triggered me. It's something to watch out for because I've experienced it in the past, but it's not the same, if that makes sense. It's not the same. Some things just sometimes come up for us to recognize that, hey, look, is this something that you're, you know, willing to tolerate? Again, are you going to use your voice and speak up about how you feel, or are you just going to let it slide and pretend like everything is okay and wait until shit go left to speak your truth and speak your feelings? Or is this person willing to hear you out, when you speak your truth? Are they willing to hear you out? Are they going to take accountability? Or are they just going to make you seem like you tripping all the time? Two of the blue and gray birds came by. I just flew on the tree. Yeah, I just got to chill. Bro, that's the way I started thinking. That's the way I started healing. That's the way I started healing. Hey, little birdies. Hey there. You there? Hey there. But, that's how I started healing myself, man. Asking questions. I don't care how stupid it sounds. Or how silly it may sound. I started asking questions. Asking questions, baby. A blue heron just flew to the lake. See, blue is significant. Blue represents the throat chakra. Speaking your truth, baby. Confirmation that it's time to speak your truth. God told me to speak my truth, to share my experience, share my testimony. The way that He's been moving through me, moving through my life, showing me the way, helping me along the way. He's the one that helped me heal myself. He helped me heal myself. And then just reflecting back last year until now is literally the total opposite. A whole 180 is the complete opposite in the best way. And I'm so, like, I'm just grateful for the lessons, grateful to see the truth, like to see like clearly. Like what a huge difference in the energy, like energetically, like internally. And it just feels like, you know, now everything, the pieces are coming together now. The pieces that were once just scattered on the ground are now coming together. They're coming together now. It's making sense now. It's all making sense. It's like since I cut my locks off, it just feels like the energy has felt so much different, so much lighter. And I feel like that's because those locks, in the last 2 years, I went through several rebirths, several transformations, you know, several spiritual awakenings. I had so many revelations. I went through, you know, some shit during those 2 years where I had my locks. Around 2 years, or maybe, was it more than 2 years? I think it was around 2 years that I had them. And since cutting them off, I felt so much lighter in my spirit. And, you know, they say that the locks hold in, you know, trauma, hold in things that happens to you during that time. It all gets stuck in the lock internally. And since I've cut them off, my spirit has felt lighter. Energetically, I feel lighter. And that's something I was thinking about today. Like, I hadn't even realized just how much lighter I've felt since I cut my locks off. And I love my locks. Honestly, I love them. I love the look. I loved them when they were done. When they wasn't done, like when they was raggedy, shit. They was raggedy as hell when I cut them off. But I still love them. You know, I had. They were necessary for that period of my lifetime. And who knows? I might in my future. Yeah, a bug was on me. It's a big bug too. In my future, you know, I might decide to start my lock journey again. Who knows? But for right now, I love my little shortcut. It's very, very low maintenance. I do want to get it professionally cut eventually, but you know, that's coming. That's coming when it's coming, okay? That's coming when it's coming. But a red cardinal just came up. God has just really showed me who He is, and my mind is so blown. It's like I have to share this. It's like I gotta share this, you know. And other people have experienced it too, you know. Other people have experienced it too, and it's like it's no way that people in other parts of the world are experiencing the same thing as me, and we've never met a day in our lives, but a lot of us have the same messages and have had experiences that led us to the same things. Maybe that's God. Like, how can somebody across across the country, across the world, have the same exact knowledge, or not the same exact, yes, the same, I won't say the same exact, but the knowledge is similar, the wisdom, you know, the life experiences, the trauma. How can so many people come to the same conclusion that have had these experiences, had these awakenings? What other explanation besides God would you have for something like that? I saw the red cardinal sitting on the gate. Baby, everything is connected. Everything is connected. Everything. Everything is connected, man. Like, man, just, excuse me. My heart just feels so full, and my faith has grown tremendously. Because for a while, I was feeling down. I was feeling, you know, a bit lost, or, you know, confused. You know, like, what direction? Like, I don't get it. God. Like, what are you trying to get me to do? Because this shit getting uncomfortable. Like, I am getting tired. I've been tired. I don't want to figure this shit out anymore. Like, I need you to show me something, because you said you wouldn't give me more than I could bear, but this shit feeling real heavy. And he was like, girl, I told you to give me them damn burdens. And once I gave them to him, he just helped me transmute the energy. Like, bad experiences that I've had, like, I literally always try to look at things like, what lesson can I learn from this? I stopped any victim mentality. I took myself out of that victim mentality. And God helped me see a lot of truths about myself. Truths that I decided that I wanted to change, because they were within my control. You know, if something is beyond my control, I can't help that. But the things that are within my control, that I want to change, that I wanted to change, that's what I did. And God, my divine spirit team, my angels, ancestors, spirit guides of the Most High, ascended masters, baby, all of the Most High, archangels. If I did not have them, Mother Gaia, all known and unknown divine warriors that have been loving me, supporting me, protecting me, guiding me, I don't know where would I be. Where would I be? With the way that nature communicates. Mother Gaia, baby. Where would I be? It's all been God, baby. It's all been God. But I don't know, that I'm a little mellow, you know? Just very, because I'm listening to this YouTube video. I'm sorry, I don't know her name right now and I can't see it, but she has this YouTube channel and she like sings with this beautiful, it's just beautiful. And this one is like her singing with like ocean sounds and instruments, and it's to help relieve stress and anxiety. And so that's why I guess I'm, you know, feeling so zen and calm right now. But I gotta pee, child, so I'll talk to you later. Talk to you later, bye.